Welcome to Genius Retractable Screen Systems. This video will guide you through the quick and easy installation of your retractable screen. While methods may vary depending upon the existing window design and configuration, these instructions will guide you through the most common applications. We recommend that you watch this instructional video in its entirety before proceeding with the actual installation. The vertical window retractable screen system includes the following components: housing and side rails, spring with end cap, opposite end cap, plugs, bushing, end cap with internal lock, handles, optional pull cord knob and cord carrier, mounting clips, and all required screws. The typical installation involves mounting the screen housing in the recesses of the window frame. Begin by identifying the location where the housing will rest and measure the inside dimensions of the window frame where you will be mounting the components. You will need exact measurements for each side as well as the top and bottom of the opening. To accommodate the housing end caps, you will need to make deductions from the actual measurement of the window frame width where the housing will be mounted. Depending on the system you are installing, your deductions may be different. Please reference the deduction guidelines in the written instructions for your specific system before making any cuts. Carefully unwrap the housing and side profile on a clean surface and remove the spacer cardboard. Then examine the ends of each piece for any holes or tong marks, as these will need to be removed. Next, measure the components to their required lengths and mark the exact place to make each cut, ensuring that you are removing any ends with holes or tong marks. Remember to take the appropriate deductions for your accessory kit from your original measurement. Exact deductions may vary depending on the door design and configuration. Be sure to reference the instructions for your specific system. To cut the housing and rails to the required length, you will need a 10-inch or larger chop saw with minimum 70-tooth carbide tip blade for non-ferrous metals. To cut the housing, position the unit so that the pull bar rests against the saw guide. This ensures that the saw blade rotates in a direction that tightens the screen mesh rather than unwinding the mesh. Then, push the pull bar and screen mesh approximately 1/8 of an inch toward the end to be cut, to allow room for the pull bar end caps to be installed. Cut the housing while firmly holding the unit in place with one hand. After you have cut the remaining pieces, you're ready to assemble and attach the accessory kit. This is a bagged item and includes the spring assembly, bushing, handles, end cap plugs, and sliding bar end caps. First, insert the spring assembly in the top end of the housing. It's helpful to have the opposite end butted against a stop to keep the mesh and tube from moving as you insert the spring. Next, adjust the tension of the spring by turning it clockwise approximately 1.5 to 2 turns for each 12 inches of screen housing length. More screen tension will increase resistance and rigidity while engaged, as well as increase retraction speed if the hydraulic dampener is also installed. After fully inserting the spring into the housing, tap with a soft mallet to secure. If you are installing the hydraulic dampener, locate the housing end cap without the spring and place the bushing over the inner protrusion. Then, twist the spring end of the dampener onto the end cap protrusion in a counterclockwise motion until it reaches the stop. Next, place the bushing into the groove of the tube. Then push the end cap pins into their openings and tap evenly with a soft mallet until the end cap is flush with the end of the housing. Secure the caps by carefully inserting the screw provided into the hole in the housing. If the screw misses the hole, it will be against the mesh and may cause damage. Some Genius designs utilize a pin and simple friction to secure the end cap. Then, insert the end cap plug and tap into place with a soft mallet. Now go to the other end and install the handles within the side grooves on both sides of the pull rail. The placement of the handles can be adjusted as needed. Next, install the bug pile weather strip into the groove on the leading edge of the pull rail. Finally, insert the pull rail end caps and tap into place with a soft mallet. You are now ready for installation. Begin by fastening the recess mounting clips to the window frame using the screw provided. Next, attach the housing to the clips by pressing and snapping into place. Next, take the side rails and crimp the ends of each extrusion with pliers to prevent the insect pile from sliding out of the rails. Then, insert the bottom internal lock end caps into each side rail, and then insert the side rails onto the protruding edge of the housing end caps. After the side rails are in final position, take the pile opener provided with the accessory kit and gently separate the pile from one side rail, and place the screws into the holes provided, drill into place, and then repeat for the other rail. That's it! Your Genius retractable screen has been successfully installed.